You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing all right. You know, I've got, I'm not sure what it is. Is it Ebola?
No, I don't think it's that.
Was that what it is?
I hope that's not it.
I sure hope it's not Ebola.
Here's the weird thing. There was a big issue the last couple of weeks with people who have not vaccinated their kids.
That's a great idea.
And now there's a bunch of kids that are sick with measles and things that they...
Yep. Talking Washington State, Seattle area, over 30 cases reported.
And there was a lady that posted online, and this I thought was... She kind of had it coming. She's like, I didn't get my daughter vaccinated. Now everybody's breaking out. What should I do? Any suggestions?
Three-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't get my daughter vaccinated. Now she has measles. Any suggestions?
And everybody attacked her like you threw a raw steak to the wolves.
The suggestions were hilarious.
And I was listening to it just going, why would you even post it? What did you think was going to happen, lady? But I feel bad for her because she was just looking for advice, and nobody was very polite. I don't think she got any good advice. They're like, oh, it's too bad there's not some sort of vaccination for this kind of thing. And a lot of the advice was not good advice, but I guess they were just trying to be helpful, right?
It is interesting. Well, I'm old enough where the vaccination, where I've got, what do they call it? I've got just the big...
The smallpox.
Yeah.
Smallpox. Yeah, the big scar on my arm.
Yeah.
I've got one. I was one of the last
I was going to say, I know
that
got discontinued decades ago.
Oh, yeah,
I think I got one of those.
I did. I
have
remember
bumps all over me, but from other things.
Scabbing up and falling off, and yeah.
Fun stuff. They used to just roll us through like cattle back then.
My aunt wanted to vaccinate her kids, and they weren't ordering it in anymore. And so she asked he said, we can order it, but we have to do at least 4 doses to order it in. And so she called my mom, and my mom was like, sure, we'll vaccinate the kids. So, yeah, Jason and I have both had the smallpox vaccination.
Yeah, I don't. My last name is Small. What if I get the pox? Any kind of pox. Are they smallpox?
Wow.
Probably? No?
I don't know. I've got Ebola.
Whatever. Don't think you have Ebola. But if you do, maybe you could just download your soul to a thumb drive and upload it to another vessel. Did you hear about this?
Back up a little bit. Your soul?
Yeah, so there's a company. There's a company that says they have worked on some technology to download your soul to like a hard drive.
Another body.
And then you can upload your soul to another body. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
You're buying this?
No, I'm not buying it.
Who are these
Dan
people?
told us about.
It does kind of sound like a Danism, really.
I read a lot.
No, it was reported last week, and I read the story on the radio, and I had people questioning me about it. I don't make this stuff up like Dan does. I just tell you what I'm reading.
Make stuff up.
He looks all shocked and offended.
What are you talking about? Sisseton belongs to France.
Okay, you know what? Convince me Sisseton doesn't belong to France, and we can move on. Convince me Bob Barker wasn't Scandinavian, and I'll just walk away. I don't hear any counter information coming at me.
So what you're saying is we can't prove that you made this up. we just have a really good...
Kind of
a really good inkling that you have. Well, coming up, we've got manly men doing manly things, water cooler talk, and entertainment news of the day. All of that coming up on the bonus hour of the John and Heidi Show, starring Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you on the MTV?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, time now for manly men doing manly things in a very manly fashion. We've got Dan Farris, resident man.
Everything trends culturally. If you think about fashions, and I'll never forget this. I think my daughter Sadie was in her early teens, somewhere in middle school, I guess, late middle school. Came walking in the door one afternoon wearing a tie-dyed T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And her little earrings were little silver peace signs.
Right,
and I started laughing. I went, What story here?
That must have been in the 90s.
What's with the get-up?
Yeah, the 90s kind of was a repeat of the 70s.
That's what everybody's wearing these days. I said, I was there the first time. It didn't go real well.
There's some that never left that, by the way.
But then for years and years and years, the last 30, 40 years, it was all, you know what? America drinks wine, America slams whiskey, and that's about it. And now it's come back to fine wines and cocktailing.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at the remorphing of a lot of bars downtown Phillips Avenue,
Right.
the big
Wine
deal
bars.
is they have
Yep.
their house cocktails. And bartenders who actually know what they're doing. They're actually mixing cocktails as opposed to throw some booze and some soda pop in there.
Yep.
Burn that sucker.
So, for manly men, today, hey, you know what, guys? You should know how to make at least 2 classic cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
When you have
That's a good
guests
idea.
over, if you are a drinking person, for instance, I don't drink. Gee, Dan, you must get really thirsty. No, don't do the hooch thing anymore. But for instance, hey guys, if you know how to make a perfect Manhattan or the perfect martini, it's nice to be able to offer that stuff because a lot of people really aren't even aware of that if they're in their 30s or 40s or 50s.
I actually just ordered a martini recipe book that
really?
has 1,000 different
wow.
martini recipes in
Heidi's
it.
gonna-
I'm going to start
1,000.
practicing.
She's going to start working her way through this.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, but somebody who really knows how to make a cocktail, a
gonna learn
Manhattan,
how to
an
resuscitate people.
old-fashioned, things that used to be a big deal 40 and 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Bars, it's pretty impressive stuff, and people dig them. The outcome's the same. You're going to jail, but
Do it in a
But
classy way, man.
Do it with a
you
classy
will have enjoyed
glass.
your beverage far more. So,
All right, learn how to make a drink. Manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion. We've got water cooler talk coming up and entertainment news of the day. It's all on the way on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
You heard it on your Walkman radio?
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. And we've got water cooler talk right now brought to you by Aqua One. And what are we going to talk about
you know,
today?
normally it's something just kind of fun or something happening around the city, around the state. This really caught my interest a week ago, and I've just been sitting on it because I wasn't quite sure how to approach it. And I think, I know at least Heidi came across the story.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
It was in the Argus Leader, and they were giving further details on what the holdup apparently was going to happen at Railroad Center. Remember the city bought the railroad,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right, for like $10 million for some
Right.
tracks and a patch of dirt, and what's going to happen with it?
Downtown stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, there was a plan that was accepted, and that plan derailed. And initially, the
He
people
said derailed about
Yeah.
the railroad property.
But I didn't mean that as a pun. That just came out of my mouth, John.
That just happened.
But at first they were talking about, well, there's going to be cost overruns and we didn't do this correctly or that correctly. Well, it turns out that there were $1 billion behind that thing.
Oh.
Billion, by say billion, I mean
Right,
the
right.
car people, David
Yep.
Billion, his wife Erica. You know, you could have just kind of gone with that. But it turns out the real holdup, according to this story in the Argus Leader, was the fact that at the time this deal was initially struck, the Billions were going through a divorce.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that happens.
Sure.
Been
does.
there, done that.
Me too.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Me too.
I bought a local attorney a Mercedes. But I got a coffee pot and some towels out of the deal, so that worked out pretty well.
That you already owned.
I give what I can. But this story goes into
A lot of details.
just sordid detail
Yeah, that's not right.
on this divorce. And I'm looking
How
at
does that
this.
play out in the newspaper? I
and
don't
I'm going,
understand that.
I get it if you're celebrity status, if you're an elected official,
Yeah.
I kind of get it. I don't get it if you're in the private sector.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I mean, this thing really kind of peels away and gets kind of down and nasty. And I'm going,
Yep.
huh?
Yeah.
I agree.
Whether
That's
you're a
not right.
fan of David Billion or not, I'm going, if I'm Dave, I'm lowering up and I'm going to own the Argus in about a
Absolutely.
week.
I
Not
would
that
be
it's worth anything.
furious.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff in here where I'm rolling my eyes going, wow.
Yeah, that's too bad.
They let this fly. And what I'm getting at, and it was years and years ago, there used to be a section in the Argus Leader was just, they just watched the media. It was in the feature
Right.
section. It was just the media beat, what was going on local TV, radio, whatever, and had the propensity to make the column on occasion. And I remember, back in, what was it, the late 90s. Started a station with some other people, you would know, whatever. One thing turned to another, didn't go well. There was a lawsuit. And here's a story in this lawsuit that I'm featured in. And then they publish my salary.
Oh, wow.
And I'm looking at this going, how is this right?
Right.
Yeah.
How is that even relevant?
And Mr. Farris, who has an annual salary of, and it was like, no, but, I don't know if anybody else, well, I'm sure other people came across this story, but I'm a little flabbergasted about this.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And I'm not going to name names or tell you what's going on in here. You can find it yourself. But I'm a little bit shocked that this was okayed to publish.
Yeah, that's not right.
And it's, the sad thing is, this country used to be, we had this thing where you were innocent until proven guilty. Remember that? And now it's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah,
and it's sad
really
when the media jumps on this and says, hey, we're going to help perpetuate a story. There were several stories that came out, everybody went crazy, and then all of a sudden they found out that, oh, wait, that's not even what really happened.
And most recently, the Catholic school kids,
and
MAGA hats. So.
And whether it's that or, there were people who claimed that they were attacked, and then it turns out that, oh, hey, no, we've got security footage of you doing this or doing that. I mean, I think it's really sad that it turns into the giant monster that it turns into, because now it is. You are guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
It's no longer innocent until proven guilty, and I think it's really sad. We should go back to the innocent until proven guilty. But
because this piece really read no better than you'd find at supermarket checkout with the tabloids.
Which is ridiculous.
And you just can't undo the damage that's done. You just can't. So it's really, I think it's sad. And I'm sad that whole scenario, the story even happened.
I just can't even believe that it would be okay to just publish one side of somebody's story in the newspaper. I mean,
You'd think so.
That's just not
Well, maybe these
right.
court records and stuff, which you can get. I mean, you can, but again...
But were they citing court records in the story, or were they just simply saying, this is what happened?
Well, no, these are actual, police reports and everything else, and that's fine. But still...
He's still just a private sector individual.
Not fun.
Yeah, who employs a ton of people and, gives back to the city. Like you say, love them or hate them, what's the difference,
Right.
So
it's bizarre that it happened in the news like that.
Yeah, just kind of surprised me.
We've got entertainment news to get to, and that is on the way. Thanks for listening to our water cooler talk brought to you by Aqua One. It's all part of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's one of our little toys.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. Time now for entertainment news of the day. And who are we going to talk about, or what are we going to learn about today, Mr. Farris?
Well, the only reason we do this segment is because celebrities are fabulous. I'm actually a big fan.
Really?
Of Christina Aguilera.
Oh, yeah.
She can sing. I mean,
she seems like a really neat gal.
She came up through that field of other pop singers like Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson
sound like
and all that.
Man when I said it?
Yeah.
She seems like a really neat gal.
She's a swell gal, John.
She seems like a nice young lady.
Well, she's got some fantastic pipes too. I mean, this lady can sing.
She can.
Now, we're still living off the fumes and the magic that was Las Vegas, which the three of us owned for 4 days.
Yes,
Vegas sent us a postcard. They miss us.
Yeah, again, you're welcome, Vegas.
Hey, and don't let me forget, we're going back to Vegas. We'll talk more about that before we're done here.
Fantastic. But Christina Aguilera, along with a lot of other folks, and we were there to see Billy Idol, by the way, which was great. She is the newest residence. She's taking up residence inside Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood.
Nice.
Starting the end of May.
Very cool.
Scheduled for 16 performances throughout 2019. And according to Aguilera, quote, "This is a new chapter and something new, exciting, creative, and epic for my fans."
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited for her.
I've always thought she's just a fantastic singer. And this is, everybody's got their own, what's it called? It's like you don't really want to admit it, but
the
movie, it's called Burlesque.
Okay.
And she stars in it along with Cher.
Okay.
And it's like, I, with who I am, should have no interest in ever seeing this movie ever.
Right.
But I watch it every time I come across it, and it's basically because of Christina's performance.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's your guilty pleasure? Is that the word you were looking for?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
My brain turned off.
And going back to the beginning, that Christina Aguilera, she's just a super gal, John.
She sure is swell. Well, we were talking about Vegas there. We were in Vegas not too long ago for the Billy Idol concert. And Dan, we're going back. We're going to Vegas. Heidi and I already have our tickets. We're going for 80s in the desert.
80s in the desert.
It's an 80s. Listen to this.
It sounds like a survival show.
It is an 80s convention at the Rio Convention Center, Las Vegas, May 3rd and 4th, and everybody is welcome to join us. Come with us.
Who they snagging to perform? Do they have a list?
Oh, yeah. I'll go through.
Many.
Here's the nightlife. This little thing here. I'm on the website, 80sinthedesert.rocks, not .com, not .net, .rocks. I don't understand that. So Patty Smythe with Scandal will be there. I'm excited for that.
I'm so excited for that.
Surprise special guest. Super excited. Oh, they haven't announced that yet. Flock of Seagulls with Mike Score. We've met him. Super nice guy. Remember back in the 80s, he had that floopy, whoopy hair?
Yeah, I was there, John.
He has no hair now. Look at him. Completely different look there.
Oh, wow.
No hair. Richard Page with Mr. Mister. We've got Tony Lewis from the outfield. Pretty Poison. Thomas Dolby. And TBA special guest.
To be announced.
Was Thomas Dolby that She Blinded Me with Science?
Yes.
I love that song. To this day, I just crank that up.
And then during the day, I'm actually probably more excited about this stuff during the day. So if you watch the movie Airplane, Robert Hayes was the guy that was flying the airplane.
Yep.
So Robert Hayes will be there. Tawny Kitaen, I've always said, but it's Kitaen. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I pronounced her name wrong.
She was the
corrected
best
me.
hood ornament ever.
Yeah. She was on White Snake's hood, but she was also in the movie The Bachelor Party. So that Diane Franklin and E.G. Daly will both be there, both from the movie Better Off Dead. Diane Franklin was the French foreign exchange student, Monique, and then she was also in what are some of the other movies? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
E.G. Daly, she's the voice of Tommy Pickles, and she was also in
oh my gosh, she's been in so many things.
Pee-wee's
She's
Big Adventure.
so
She was Dottie.
Talented.
Was she in Burlesque? Because if she wasn't in
was
Burlesque,
not
I
in
haven't seen it. No.
Burlesque.
But she was also in Valley Girl and many others. Robert Romanus from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and then Julia Montgomery and also Brian Tochi, both from Revenge of the Nerds. So, and then it says also TBA special guest they'll be announcing soon. So, and there's a couple of cover bands that'll be playing during the day. It's going to be a lot of fun. All of the details at 80sinthesand.rocks. And here's the best part. If you use promo code
80s
radio.
in the desert.
What did I say?
You said 80s in the sand.
Oh, it's the same people that do 80s,
80s in the
sand.
desert.rocks.
Yeah, 80sinthedesert.rocks.
Yeah.
The other one will go to their other website. They do the big event that we've gone to the last couple
Yep.
years in Punta Cana. This is
It's
a whole lot
great
more
event.
affordable.
It's a lot,
It's 2
especially
days.
from here in Sioux Falls.
And Heidi got our tickets on Allegiant,
Oh my
and
gosh,
they're
it was
paying us to go
so
there. I think
inexpensive
it's pretty affordable.
to go.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you use promo code radio, you'll save $25, and the tickets are only like
ticket.
$200. So
Yeah.
So you'll save $25 per ticket. I can't say all the details are on our website. They won't let me post that.
Right.
If I post the promo code radio, they'll take it away. So don't post that online. But you can tell your friends, but it's just a radio promo code only. So we'll have all the details. And if you have questions, reach out to us. Dan, thanks for coming in for our entertainment news and all of the fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm here.
This is your John and Heidi Show bonus hour on Sunny 93.3 featuring Dan Farris.
I'm just a big fat bonus.
We've got Tuesdays with Charlie on the way. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
By the way, why are we wearing bras on our heads?
on Sunny 93.3.